Yes, she can. Those were the words from Barack Obama as he took to the stage, hoping to energise Democrats in support of Kamala Harris. In a rousing speech, the former president also warned of a tight race in the bid to defeat Donald Trump. His wife, Michelle, told the party faithful that hope is making a comeback. From Chicago, here's our US correspondent, Dan Rivers.
Hello, Chicago!
This is the city which propelled him to power.
It's good to be home!
Last night, Barack Obama returned.
Thank you.
And reminded Democrats why he remains their most potent advocate.
A restoration of what Lincoln called, on the eve of civil war, our bonds of affection. An America that taps what he called the better angels of our nature. That is what this election is about.
And amid the inspirational rhetoric, he deployed a devastating weapon against Donald Trump. Humour combined with a withering hand gesture.
There's the childish nicknames, the crazy conspiracy theories, this weird obsession with crowd sizes.
This convention has heard from the great and the good of the Democratic Party, but no one has a bigger voice than Barack Obama. Tonight, he offered his full-throated support for Kamala Harris. Few could upstage Barack Obama, but last night his wife did, with a new slogan.
If they lie about her, and they will, we've got to do something. If we see a bad poll, and we will, we got to put down that phone and do something. If we start feeling tired, if we start feeling that dread creeping back in, we got to pick ourselves up, throw water on our face, and what?
Everybody get your hands up. Now, say, we're not going back.
Firing up the crowd even further, rapper Little John injecting musical energy into the ritual roll call of votes for Kamala Harris.
We have a good chance of winning.
Pioneering women's rights lawyer Gloria Allred has been close to Harris since the beginning of her career in California, but warns the election isn't in the bag yet.
We can't be complacent. We've learned that the hard way. And now we have to be smart, and we have to devote every ounce of our energy to that, because literally our freedoms are on the ballot.
As Barack Obama left, there was one question hanging in the air.
Can she do it?
His audacious hope is yes, she can.
Let's go to Dan, who's still in Chicago for us this evening. Dan, the Obamas are rock stars, aren't they, for the Democrats? How helpful, though, will they actually be for the Harris campaign?
Well, sources I've talked to inside the Democratic Party today are saying, look, the key thing is not only are they, as you say, rock stars, a huge voice, but they can enable this campaign to cover more ground. You've got the Obamas, who can both be deployed in different swing states at different times. You've got Tim Walz and Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. That's 5 big names that can cover a lot of ground against Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. They really don't have any other big names within the Republican Party that are going to kind of draw those kinds of crowds. But look, as Barack Obama reminded the crowd last night, this is still going to be a very tight election. He is warning against complacency. If you look at the polls, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, it's basically a coin toss in most of the key states. One interesting point, though, is that the Democratic Party is raising huge amounts of cash in the last few weeks. They've raised 3 times the amount that the Republican Party has managed.
Fascinating. Dan Rivers in Chicago, thank you. And we have more on the twists and turns of the presidential campaign on our podcast, Talking Politics USA. And you can watch that on ITVX, or you can listen wherever you get your podcasts.